Hey you guys, it's me, K Marie, and welcome to 2020. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing a seafood boil today, so let's go ahead and get started. So what you'll need, I have everything out for the most part. I am going to prep with my big pots here. This is where my boil is going to go. I have this on medium heat right now. And then I have another pot over here that is for my potatoes. I chose the red potatoes. You can get any potato that you like. I like this kind. Since the potatoes do take the longest to cook, I'm gonna go ahead and start with those first and then get to the other items. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open up my potatoes and I'm going to clean them off. I'm gonna clean off my potatoes. Very important that you clean each and every item that you are going to be cooking because you don't want a dirty seafood boil. So I'm gonna go ahead and empty all of these potatoes into a bowl, like so. I'm doing the entire pack because I'm cooking for 4. And I'm going to rinse these off with warm water. So now for the potatoes, you do not have to peel them, but I'm going to go ahead and peel some of the potatoes lightly. I'm not going to completely peel them. This is just a preference. If some people don't mind the skin being on it, I personally don't mind the skin being on the potato at all, but I'm just gonna go ahead and peel them lightly. And yeah. As I'm done the potato, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in to boil. Like I said, not all of these are getting peeled. Okay, so our potatoes are now boiling. What I'm gonna do is add just a little bit of salt into the pot of boiling potatoes. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt into our big pot for our seafood boil. And just let that cook. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start prepping all of the other items. I'm going to start with the seafood. So I have snow crab legs. And I've washed this bowl out already. And I'm just gonna go ahead and place my crab legs into the bowl. And then clean them. So here are my crab legs. I'm gonna go ahead and wash these off. So whenever you're dealing with seafood, you want to make sure, or any food in general, you just want to make sure that it is completely cleaned off as best as you can, because you don't want any dirt from the sea getting into your boil. So I'm just making sure that these crab legs are as clean as I can get them. All right, I'm going to let these sit for a few minutes, and then I'm going to move on to my shrimp. So here is my shrimp. I like to buy my shrimp fresh. I don't like frozen shrimp because it just tastes very different. I feel like you can tell when shrimp is frozen and then prepared versus when it's fresh and then prepared. So I got about a ½ pound of jumbo shrimp. Now these have already been deveined and the heads have been cut off. You can buy them whole and just do the work yourself. I didn't want to do that, so I did get them already deveined and the heads were cut off. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse these off just like I did with the crab, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started on prepping these. Okay, so now the shrimp have been rinsed off and cleaned with cold water. I am going to go in with my skillet. I like my shrimp to be cooked, so I'm gonna go ahead and in with my skillet and saute these. For these, I have not added any seasoning at all. I am going to go in with my olive oil to coat my saucepan with. And I'm just gonna lightly put some pepper. And Old Bay on my shrimp. So I have the seasoning on my shrimp. And I'm just taking my olive oil, just drizzling a little bit of it on the pan. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cook my shrimp. Shrimp don't take very long to cook at all. So this part should be very quick. Now while my shrimp are cooking, my potatoes are still boiling, and then I still have this pot over here that is boiling with water. I'm gonna go ahead and take my crab legs, dump the water out of them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put these into the boil first. Your crab legs pretty much want to boil for about 10 minutes. And I put my crab legs with the meat portion face down because that's the part that really needs to cook more. So they're just like this. If you haven't previously cooked shrimp before, shrimp does turn pink once it is cooked or once heat is applied to it. So you just want to cook your shrimp until they're pink. I actually like the little burn marks on my shrimp, the grill marks. So I'm flipping them over now, but I'm going to flip them back over after the other side turns pink. I just want to make sure that they are cooked thoroughly. Okay, so my shrimp are all done. They are complete. What I'm gonna do now is, since I still have my potatoes still warming up, I went ahead and cleaned out this bowl again. I like to clean as I'm going, and I constantly wash my hands in between touching things. That way there's no cross-contamination. I'm gonna go ahead and put I have another pot here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the shrimp in, just so that all of the stuff that finishes can go ahead and have somewhere to go. So there we go. I'm going to take my corn on the cob. This you can pick up from your local grocery store. They come in the frozen aisle. That's where I got this from. It's the sweet corn. I like sweet corn. You don't have to, you don't have to get this brand, but this is the brand that my grocery store had. So I went ahead and got that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut open the bag of corn. And make sure it's thawed out as well. I'm gonna, just for ease I'm gonna go ahead and put all of my corn into my bowl. And then I'm gonna rinse off my corn. I clean everything. I want no cross-contamination. I don't want it to be eating any dirt. I don't want my family eating any dirt, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean these off. Okay, so these are now cleaned off and I'm gonna add them to my boil. I like to add sausage to my boil. I get this brand. You don't have to get this brand. I get the beef smoked sausage. It tastes amazing to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you can put 2 packs in this. You can put more than 1 pack. I'm just doing 1 pack because I'm only serving 4. So if you have a larger group of people that you are serving for, then you might want to add more. I also rinse off my sausage as well. And I like to just cut my sausage up like this. I like my sausages with the burnt part. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add my sausage to the pot that I have with the shrimp in it. Set that off to the side. My potatoes still are not done yet, so they're gonna take a little bit longer. Everything else looks good. So I'm going to go in with all of the ingredients that I just listed in the clip before, and I'm going to eyeball them and add them to my mixture of melted butter. Okay, so once all of your ingredients are added, go ahead and mix everything together, and that is all that you'll need for your boil sauce. Of course, I have my rub or my sauce that's gonna go over everything. This is my boil sauce. You can actually pour the boil sauce in and then wait for everything else, but what I'm gonna go ahead and do is wait for the potatoes and everything else to be done, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mix it all together and then pour it. Alright guys, so sorry about that, my camera cut off, but in the meantime, all I basically did was drain a little bit of the water out of the boil because my potatoes are done, and I'm just going to use a little bit of the water from the potatoes in the boil as well. Sausage and shrimp over here. My seafood boil is still going, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to my pot. So now we've got our potatoes, or we've got our shrimp and our corn in there with our crab legs. Our potatoes are done, so I'm gonna go ahead and add those over. I'm just gonna scoop as many as I can out. And I'm going to pour, let me turn this off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little bit of this water into my seafood boil. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and add my butter mix to everything. This is like the best part. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and put the lid on and let everything simmer for just 2 more minutes and come back for the final reveal. Our meal is complete. I did throw some dinner rolls in the oven to go as a side with the seafood boil. I like to do it with dinner rolls. You can do garlic bread or whatever you want, or you don't even have to have bread. But let me show you guys what our boil looks like. So here are our dinner rolls, and then our boil is right there. It smells so good. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful and it was easy to follow. Stay tuned for more recipes. If you like this, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.